Hi, my name is Jo Richings and I'm a business and executive coach based in the UK, and I'm also the creator of the Yes, I Can Do It app.
We are going to look at what is a belief and how beliefs are formed, and how many of us are already very good at creating negative patterns in internal programs, which are often very self-sabotaging. So let's talk about beliefs first. What is a belief? A belief is anything that you believe to be true. Is it necessarily true? No, it's not. It's just what you believe to be true at a particular point in your life based on the best available evidence you have at that time. There is no such thing as a true belief or a false belief. There are only useful ones that help and support us, or harmful ones that sabotage us and stop us from achieving happiness and success. So can a belief be changed? Yes, it absolutely can. Sometimes changing a belief can happen in an instant. Let's take Father Christmas as an example. At one point in your life, you happily believed in Father Christmas until someone told you he wasn't real, usually a well-meaning older brother or sister. I can remember when I found out that Father Christmas wasn't real, I was absolutely devastated. I so wanted him to be real. Now, when I first heard this terrible news, my evidence that Father Christmas was real was starting to change, so I was no longer convinced. Asking my parents whether it was true backed up what I'd been told, so sadly I now had a new belief that was based on my new best available evidence. Father Christmas wasn't real. Another example is when someone is happily married and they find out that their husband or wife is having an affair. In the blink of an eye, the belief that you have a happy marriage is shattered. So those are two pretty extreme examples. Is it usually that instant? No, not always. It depends on how deep-rooted the belief is. Now, some of your beliefs will be very deep-rooted, so you may need a little help from EFT or something similar to shift them. But you can change many of your beliefs easily enough as long as you're prepared to put in a little bit of effort, and that is what the 4 steps is all about. So let's talk about how a belief is formed. A belief starts as a thought. Imagine your conscious mind, the one you talk to yourself with, is like a camera, and your subconscious mind is the darkroom where the pictures are developed. When you talk to yourself either positively or negatively, your camera is constantly taking pictures and sending the pictures to the darkroom to be developed. Your darkroom, or your subconscious mind, then goes to work to make the pictures happen. That is what it's designed to do. A couple of really important facts here. Firstly, your subconscious mind does not know if you're kidding or serious. And secondly, it doesn't know the difference between a good belief and a harmful one. It will just develop your pictures and do what you tell it to do. And this is how we start to program our minds. Your darkroom, or your subconscious mind, will work tirelessly to make sure that this happens. It will take note of the negative affirmations and make sure you don't forget them. That is what it's designed to do. Have you noticed that people that say I'm not very confident are not very confident? And why people that say I never lose weight, never lose weight? And that people that say that I'm always late are always late? Time management is a great example of how a belief can run our lives. Over the years, I've coached many clients who were notoriously bad at time management, as is often the case with small business owners. They would rush around telling themselves that there weren't enough hours in the day, that they could never get on top of things, and that something always got in the way of being able to plan properly. I learnt the hard way I could teach them every time management tip, tool and technique in the book, but unless they were willing to work on the belief that caused the problem in the first place, i.e. I'm rubbish at time management, then they would always end up back exactly where they started, rushing around like a headless chicken. Always. Your brain can only do what you tell it to do. The more we repeat negative things to ourselves, then the deeper the negative belief will go. The deeper the negative belief, then the more likely we are to repeat it until it actually becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You say it, your subconscious mind believes it, and then helps you to become it, and round it goes. You've just created a program. Your program, patterns, and automatic pilots are what run you. Imagine your brain is like a computer and you have installed Windows Vista. Your computer is not going to start running Windows 8, however much willpower you have and however much you really want it to. And this is why you will only make long-term changes in your life if you work on your negative beliefs and self-talk first. If you want to improve your life, you have to start by changing your beliefs. So how do we do that? The first thing we do is turn up the volume and listen to what you say to yourself and be aware of your negative thoughts. Experts estimate that we have somewhere between 30,000 and 60,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are negative. Now, even if only a quarter of them are negative, and that's being conservative, then the average person has over 2.5 million negative thoughts a year. Is it no wonder that so many people go through life feeling unhappy, unfulfilled and fed up? So every time you hear yourself saying something that is negative or self-sabotaging, you need to stop it and replace it with a positive affirmation. We can form new beliefs in exactly the same way as the old ones were formed. First, we think the new belief, then we say the new belief as an affirmation, then we listen to it over and over again on the I Can Do It app, then we visualize ourselves as if we'd already succeeded in changing the belief, and that is how we create a new program. The next video in Understanding the Brain Stuff is about the role of your reticular activating system, or your RAS. We'll cover what it is, how it already impacts your life, and why it's so important that you are very